Good day, my dear students. The theme of our lesson is present simple. Grammar lesson shows you how to form a present simple tense and when to use a present simple tense. Before we get started, it's good to know that when I say first person singular, I mean I. When I say second person singular, I mean you. When I say third person singular, I mean he, she, it. When I say first person plural, I mean we. When I say second person plural, I mean you. When I say third person plural, I mean they. Now let's get started. Take a look at this sentence. I walk to school every day. They play football on Sunday. Both these sentences are in the present simple tense. How to form a present simple tense? For the first and the second person singular forms, we simply use the infinitive form of the verb. For example, I swim in the river, you read the newspaper. For all plural forms, we do the same. We use the infinitive form of the verb. For example, we walk school, you ride your bikes, they study English. For the third person singular form, he, she, and it, we do something else. We use the infinitive form of the verb, but we add s. For example, he walks home, she plays hockey, it rains on Smithing's day. We need to pay extra attention when verbs end in a s sound, such as kiss and catch. We use the infinitive form of the verb, but we add es. For example, he misses his wife, she teaches English. For verbs ending in a y, preceded by a consonant such as spy, fly, invite, worry, and the consonant being a p, an l, a v, and a r, the y becomes ie. He spies on his neighbors. She invites her cousin. It worries me a lot. Now let's take a look at the present simple tense in question. For the first and the second person singular form, we need the auxiliary verb to do and the infinitive form of the verb. For example, do I need a ticket? Do you speak English? The same goes for all plural forms. For example, do we make the beds ourselves? Do you ride your bicycles? Do they work on the farm? For the third person singular form, we also use the auxiliary verb to do, but we conjugate it the does under the infinitive form of the verb. Does he ride his bike often? Does she cut your hair? Does it work on batteries? Now let's take a look at the present tense in negation. For the first and the second person singular form, we again use the auxiliary verb to do, but we add not to it, so it becomes don't, and we use the infinitive form of the verb. For example, I don't need a ticket, you don't speak English. For all plural forms, we do the same. They don't walk to school, you don't ride your bicycle, they don't listen to the radio. For the third person singular form again, we use does and we add not to it, so it becomes doesn't and the infinitive form of the verb. He doesn't clean the house, she doesn't cut her hair, it doesn't work on batteries. Now let's take a look at when we use the present simple tense. First, we use the present simple tense for things that happen always, such as every day and constantly. Regularly, such as often and frequently. Sometimes, such as occasionally and rarely. And never. For example, I play football every Saturday. He regularly visits his aunt. We rarely go shopping in London. They never work late on Friday. We also use the present simple tense for facts. For example, the sun rises in the east, plants need water. Finally, we use the present simple tense for schedules. For example, the bus leaves at 6 o'clock, the train departs from platform 2, the flight arrives at the gate 3. Thank you for your attention.